What's going on, people? What's going on? It's pilgrims in the earth. First and foremost, all praises be to the Most High. Excuse the glare in the background, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, all praises be to the Most High. That's first and foremost. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. You know, hey, shh. Yeah, man, got the youngins in the background. And yeah, man, I want to apologize too. For the live I did the other day. I'm trying to do something new, get into some story times, let y'all know some interesting stories. Um, I'm gonna do it again, but the Wi-Fi was kind of made the quality of the video not so good. So, which was crazy because I got three sources of Wi-Fi's, but sometimes it be like that on the continent. But I should have switched to Wi-Fi. But I kept the video up because it was over an hour long. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just leave it up. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of edification purposes. Uh, excuse me. Just, got a message or whatever. But yeah, man. Yeah, I wanted to address something, man. I've been seeing a lot of scamming talk on the internet. The diaspora scamming Africa, that whole content. I've been seeing that heavy this morning. So I wanted to address some things because I've shown properties. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, pilgrims in the earth. I I personally show properties for the sake of showing how cheap it is to live here and how USD can kind of help our people kind of transition from America to the African continent. I don't do it in hopes that you can send me some money. You know what I'm saying? I've had people offer to send me money. You know what I'm saying? I've had people offer money for land, for property, all type of stuff. But I always tell them, bro, don't send no money. If you want to do business or if you want to make something shake here, come here personally, and I can take you to the people that I know that'll probably have your best interest. But as far as sending money, don't do it. Don't do it because scamming is in the African culture. It's scamming isn't a thing that just happens in Africa. This is a worldwide thing. Wherever you have people who need or want money, you're gonna have scamming. That's just. But yeah, man, I heard I was watching the brother. It's a brother named Oshay. You know what I'm saying? Very popular YouTuber. He was speaking about Mark Meets. I think it's Mark Meets Africa. He was talking about T3. He bagged family. All these he made a lot of profound statements. And that's his business. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I went to Tanzania, came to Tanzania, and I haven't done business with people as far as land is concerned, as far as housing is concerned. My thing personally, what I have always done, I've always rented, and I've always watched to see the vibration of things before I even put my money into something. Of course, I've tried certain investments, but it was nothing as far as land. But from what I see, I will say there's a lot of scamming that goes on with the diaspora. I mean, um, when I say the diaspora, I'm talking about you got to understand we in desperate times. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is going on in the world where people trying to go from one place to another. You know what I'm saying? The people are panicking, especially everything that's going on with Trump. The wars. So people is taking their life savings and depending on other people to make stuff happen, across the continent, over the waters, and they trusting in them and they just sending their money. And I just want to let people know you can't do that. You can't do that. You don't know these people. A lot of people over here get desperate. You know what I'm saying? They get desperate. And a lot of people that's not desperate, they just love money. And I'm not speaking to anybody personally, Me, I personally met T3. Beautiful family, man. Beautiful family. I've never done business with them, but as far as well, you know what, we have made purchases at their store. They do have a store out here in Mbezi. Shout out to them, man. They got some good stuff, man. But personally, as far as all that scamming stuff, I never witnessed that. They've always been very kind, very respectful. Zamir, hey, stop. But yeah, so and I've met Mark Meach. But really it was just coming and going. I kind of have more of a personal kind of connection with T3 because I've seen him multiple times, and just coming and going. Sometimes we just sat down and kicked it. Uh, Journey with us, beautiful. They're all beautiful people, man. They got big families, beautiful people, man. Mark Meets, I seen him, I think at like a beach resort. He was coming, I was going, or I was coming, he was going, something like that. But yeah, I don't. Very young brother. From what I've seen in the videos, he's very sharp. Very presentable. Things like respectable. But I don't know as far as his business deals. I'm not saying these people doing it. I'm not saying they not. I would never even allude to the fact that they are doing it. But what I am saying is, it's not surprising of anybody doing that behavior. Not talking about them, but just I know I've heard things, from many different people. But am I gonna repeat that and kind of, oh, this is what I heard? No, man, no, I'm not gonna do that because me, I'm a little different, I'm not, especially when you get in front of this camera and you put it out there to the world and you bearing false witness or you even making proclamations or even alluding to the fact of something, you already in the box of bearing false witness. I'm not even saying anybody is bearing false witness, but you got to be very careful what you say without proof. You know, with the Bible being our foundation, that's something we got to stand on. But but yeah, man, it's you gonna hear a lot of that stuff, man. You gonna hear a lot of scamming, and like I say, man, with more stuff going on, people are getting more desperate, and they're willing to send their money. You know, I'm not even people, like I say, people have told me like, hey bro, I'm gonna send you some money. You can do it. I say no, no, don't send me no money because I know for a fact. Let's say something don't go right with the deal, or something don't happen the way that you want it to happen, or anything. I don't want to be the one responsible for that. So what I've done when I came to the continent, I've shown people properties. As far as renting, I'm only showing you that in a to let you know, like, hey, you paying seven. Well, back then probably 800, but now you paying over $1,000 in rent for a 1, 2, 3 bedroom. Here you can get it for 200, $300 and be living very lavishly or living a lot better than where you live. And I can connect you, and people that do come who would like, some assistance as far as, because a lot of people, the consulting business is big here too, and it's people that genuinely do that for real. I know people that do it. Me personally, I can be a consultant, but I'm not gonna charge you for it because I would love people to experience the level of freedom and not go through a lot of things that I went through with losing money and going through. Even landlords get down or get over on you. So I would rather people not go through that. And one thing about me, I know once you try to get over on people, there's always the Most High watching you. So what goes around will come back around, believe it or not. So I'm not in the business of even exposing anybody that has done wrong or done me wrong personally, because I already know vengeance is of the Lord. And I think that's a very key component, the biggest component that people probably don't take into consideration. So if there's anybody out there scamming, hey, you must don't believe in the Most High. Uh, but yeah, man, I remember coming 5 years ago, man. It almost been 2020. It's crazy how fast time going, right? Um, my uncle, I got into that on the live. How my uncle was living in Tanzania prior to me coming, and and one thing he always told, Like, get out of here, man. Get out of there. Get out of there, man. Go to South Africa. Go here. You know, he got scammed so, so recklessly, continuously. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't even coming over with the notion of as the diaspora. He came on a job. He was sent here on a job. You know what I'm saying? But the contract that he had with that job, they was doing a lot of shady business, on the continent, and he had hired a lawyer, and the lawyer was doing shady business. So it's like I seen it. I seen the possibilities of the scamming very early. So I was like, nah. And plus, when you come over, everybody knows somebody. Everybody can get you this. Everybody can get you that. So I'm hip to the finesse game. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I'm hip to the finesse game. I done put my money in things that in hopes that I get something out of it, and I've made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But as far as 20,000 and the numbers I'm hearing, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. But of course, coming to a new place that you've never been, you're gonna make some investments and some things might not work. That's reality. But imagine imagine you in like New York or something, and people calling you saying, "Hey, I want to come to New York. I want to come to New York. I want to send you, let's say, 2,000, 3,000, even $500 to find me a property." And it's hard in New York, and you money running low. I can definitely see, you know, the reasons that people do this. Would I do that personally? No, I couldn't do that. That would weigh on my conscience. But and out here, that type of stuff won't fly very long anyway, because you living in a place that everybody don't depend on the police to pull up. You know what I'm saying? You might receive your judgment right then and there, and they might have to come later and write a police report on that. So yeah, I don't play with people like that, man. But yeah, I would suggest people don't send your money. I mean, that's common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that people are sending their money to certain people, and allegedly, and not getting what they paid for, the services that they want. And I also know there are people that be trying to tear people down too. People, hey. But yeah, people will get on this camera and get the lying on people because they see other channels as a threat. You know what I'm saying? People get intimidated by people. They be trying to get them out the way. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people who are content creators who try to get clout off of talking about certain situations. Um, and I usually don't even talk about current stuff that's going on unless it's hey, chill out. Unless it got something to do with, the algorithm that I stick to, which is Pilgrims in the Earth, and what I'm saying, being he goes before the flock and getting out the way. Hey, now why you just do that? This boy, I'm telling you, man, these kids, man, you really, it ain't for the weak. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, like I say, it's very unfortunate. And what I want to say, land opportunity in different countries, it varies. It's different everywhere you go. Of course, in Tanzania, you have to have you can't you can't own that land directly if you're not a citizen of Tanzania. You have to have you have to have, let's say, a business. Usually people use a business name. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you start a business, and then with that business you have to have people that's connected to that business, like maybe and you have to have investment. It's all type of stuff that you got to deal with. You got to have the lawyers. So a lot of, and there's lawyers that be scamming. There's all type of scamming that go on, man, people don't know about. So you wouldn't even imagine the level of scamming that people, because you're dealing with, you got to think. I think Tanzania was probably one of the biggest countries that seen that level of people flocking to it in like 2019 to 2022. I mean, it's crazy. I'm talking about the diaspora literally funded so many projects here. You know what I'm saying? All you see is houses, massive houses being built based off of the diaspora's money. It's been the biggest thing since Ghana, and a lot of people don't know that. Ghana. you're always gonna have people, hey, come over, come. You know, it's big money in that, man. People know people be having their last money. They got them taxes, and people are genuine trying to get out of their situation or get out of America or get out of Europe or Canada because they see the vibration of the world and they just trying to do, you know, whether it be a biblical foundation. You have a lot of Hebrew Israelites who want to move from one place to another, or people in general, just from the African diaspora. But it's that's very messed up, man. That's very messed up. If people are people are scamming, of course, but the people that do that, that's messed up. That the people that do that. But like I say once again, I met a lot of those people that allegedly that people are saying making these allegations, and I never experienced anything like that. But then again, I've never done business with them. But yeah, yeah, it sound like dude, the O'Shea guy. He sound like he about to get on. He about to get on one and start trying to expose a lot of people. um, which I think that's bad too. Well, you know what? That's his lane, man. That's his lane. But for a lot of people that's starting to look to come, a lot of people that's gonna kind of maybe trigger them like, nah, it's not good over because you got people that get paid to keep people over there. You know what I'm saying? They don't want people to leave because they getting paid over there. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of people don't want people to leave. There's a great spirit of complacent, keep people still over there. So they might use this as an opportunity, like, hey man, they over there scamming over there. Don't see what you see. Stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? Um, my thing, like I always tell people, man, follow the Most High, man. What the Most High tell you. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, it's real. It's real and it's real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, people always gonna look for opportunities and things like that. I'm just glad that I ain't got no dirt on on my name, or you know what I'm saying? If I ever get into that lane, because I've thought about it, because I know people, what they call the lollies, real estate, all that real estate and all that type of stuff, rental properties, and because you have owners or landlords that will pay people to to get people established in their properties. They would get a percentage for that, and I've thought about doing that. But my thing, man, I just can't. I can't. I know what it is. I know what it's like coming to a place that you've never been. For one, number two, having a family. Number three, everything that you had, everything that you come in here with is your all. You got people selling their houses, man. You got all type of scenarios. So why would me, knowing that, take advantage of a person like that just so I can go, ride off into the sunset? Like, dang, I got another one. Nah, that's not me, man. That's not me. So if I ever, and I've helped people. I've had people that was coming from one place to another, and I was like, I linked them in with the right people, no charge. You get what I'm saying? But if people do charge, because there is a level of work that you're doing trying to link people in with other people, it's justified. People that do get paid for that, I ain't knocking that. You got to get your money. But me personally, I don't do it because the Most High been good to me, man. The Most High have taken care of me. I felt on hard times many times in Africa, but I don't panic. It's built my faith up. So I think what I do is for me. It could be for me only. I don't know, but yeah, I don't. At this point, I don't charge for that type of stuff. So if you ever need, and I'm not saying blow me up either. You know what I'm saying? But if you a genuine person and you genuinely need some support, as far as me finding out something for you or giving you some information that I know, I don't have a problem with sharing and helping somebody out. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, it's pilgrims in the earth, man. Y'all have a wonderful one. Peace. We out.